Yeah, welcome to week 13. I'm getting my oil changed right now. I'm in like a playground. I have my mask. I promise I do. I'm in some like mystical playground place off to the side. Okay, so in continuing with our theme of discussing race, we'll be reading Audre Lorde's The Uses of Anger this week. So the big question I want you to think about as you're moving through the text is, what is Lorde's? And also there's another piece that I want you to read called Como Tu, Like You, Like Me from Richard Blanco. What's Lorde's and Blanco's primary argument and what influenced their position? So like we've said over and over and over, we're always products of our environment, of our experiences, of where we come from. So what is it in the experiences of these writers that have led to this position? Now, and even though your experiences are different than that of these authors, do you agree with their assertions about race? Do you agree with their arguments? And what personal experiences do you have that have led you to that conclusion to either agree or disagree with Lorde or with Blanco? Okay? As always, come find me on Google Hangouts. Email me if you need it. You can check out the discussion board really quickly. The discussion boards have been really, really great lately. I've been really, really proud of y'all. So, pretty standard. In Audre Lorde's The Uses of Anger, she argues that race in America is blank because blank. She forms the basis of this point through blank. And be specific here. Tell me something about her own experiences. Even if you've got to do a little bit of research, do a little bit of Googling, that's fine. And then give me an actual quote from the text. So make sure that you are using her words to help articulate what it is that she thinks. And also, she brings up blank. Give me another quote from Audre Lorde. In sum, these lines from Lorde articulate her powerful conviction that, now this is where you've got to use your powers to try to sum up what it is that she is arguing and what she believes, and be as specific as possible. I'm looking to see that you can read for the main ideas here. And how is she doing this? In my own opinion of his, or to say her argument, typo, I acknowledge that Lorde's experience of blank, so what is it in Lorde's experience, and blank undergird her sense of blank, right? And this is a way for you to extend a little bit of emotional empathy to where we can understand where people come from and what they think based off of how they've lived, right? But I think blank. So what do you think? And be specific here. And there's something that some of you are getting kind of hung up on of like obvious statements. You'll be like, I think racism is bad and we should get better. Yeah. Way to go, right? Can you be more sophisticated? In all of these arguments that we've been reading, it's not so simple as racism exists and it's bad. It's a much more sophisticated, nuanced argument. What are they responding to? Think through something like Ta-Nehisi Coates' writing and how he basically makes claims about black bodies being the foundation of an American economy and institutions, right? That's a very sophisticated argument. So what do you think about that argument? In the same way, the argument that Audre Lorde's making about the uses of anger, what do you think about that? And I can primarily see this in my experiences through blank. This helps me to understand that race and racism as it functions in America is blank because blank. So once again, we want to move away from saying things like through my experiences with racism. Now, I'm not asking you to have like, a video blog here, but can you share personal experiences, anecdotes, books, TV shows, something that you have engaged with that's going to help us see how it undergirds your ideas here? And then think about race as it functions in America as it pertains to Audre Lorde's writing. So don't just say racism is bad or anger can be effective, right? Like think critically about what Audre Lorde is saying. Do you agree or not? Why or why not? What in your experiences has led you to believe that? And be as specific as possible. Specific is spicy. It's good. It makes for good writing. So always remember that specifics stimulate your reader and generalities bore. Saying things like racism is bad, boring, right? So boring, right? Be specific. And once again, when you're responding to your classmates, some of you are losing points here because you're giving like, yeah, man, arguments. You'll say like, yeah, man, good posts. I like when you said X. Engage with your classmates. What specifically did you like about what they said, and why? Why do you agree with it? Why do you disagree with it? Can you be specific? Can you offer anecdotes, right? These are minimums. These are minimums, right? So if you write a flawless 100 words, you might get the full points. But if you write kind of a shifty 100 words, it might not be the full 5 points. Okay? All right. So that's everything for this week. We are quickly approaching the end of our time together, which is wild. So be on the lookout this next week for information on your final essay. We're almost done. Finish strong.